Adding top stitching to a t-shirt. So once you have a t-shirt shape you like, you can grab your pen tool, pull down the window menu to make sure that you have the stroke window open on the right, which will give you the stroke palette. And that is going to give us the ability to create a dashed line, which is what's going to look like top stitching for us. And I'm going to try a 0.5 dash and a 0.5 gap and see how that looks for my pen tool. Let's see how that looks. It's not bad. I could change that to a 1-point sewing line with a half gap as well. I could also do a 1-to-1. Let's see how that's going to look. That's not bad. Maybe I'll stick 1-to-1. That's not bad at all. Okay. So to do the neckline, the quickest way I find to do it, if it's something really complicated and specific, I might copy the original neckline and add the stroke to it. But for this one, it's so basic. I'm really just going to draw a line from here, approximately, like if I'm thinking of it's like a 1/2 inch or a 1/4 inch top stitch, just make sure that the distances are consistent. And then I'm going to hit escape. So you'll see I've got a stroke on my top stitching line. I also have a fill. I do not want the fill. A lot of times what you will see is that you won't know that that's what's going on. It'll just look weird on your drawing. And it's because you've got the fill still selected. You want to turn that off for this line like that. That way, so it's just a stroke, no fill. Then I'm going to use my convert tool and I'm going to grab this point down here and I'm just going to gently ease that out to create a top stitch that looks nice. I like that. I might nudge it down a tiny little bit in the middle. All right. And that is my neckline. I'm going to head to the sleeve. Same idea. Make sure that your stroke is selected dashed line. I'm actually going to do a double here. Point to point. Escape. Point to point. Escape. That's going to give me my sleeve top stitching. Maybe that's a little far apart. There we go. If something is identical on the left, you can either copy and flip, or you can just draw it depending how basic it is. Something like this, I would probably just draw it on the other side, but I can also select my original two. Just careful not to select the original sleeve. I think I'm good. And then I'm going to do my flip, and then I can use my keyboard arrows to move it over to the other side, because then it will be identical. Like that. Final thing I'm going to do is a double along the bottom. And again, if I hold shift, it will make that line perfectly horizontal, which I want. Escape, click, hold shift, so it stays nice and horizontal. Escape. And then I'm going to move that a little tighter. Oops. Just make sure you got the whole line selected. There we go. Let's try that again. Select the line, ease it down a little bit so it looks like a nice top stitch. Okay. Once you have something you like, everything's looking good, you can marquee and either Command G or Object pull down menu group. That way it all functions nicely as one. And you have your t-shirt. You can then delete your croquis layer, unlock it, delete with the little trash can. Then, oops, move you out of the way. Once this is grouped, it can be resized very easily. For something like this, to create the back of it, Control C, Control V. And all I'm going to do is white arrow, marquee the neck points, move them up a little bit. I'm going to ungroup my t-shirt. I'm going to get rid of the sleeves because I don't need them for the back, as you will see. Actually, no, I'm going to keep that because I'm going to need that. I'm going to just select, there we go, the body, Control C, Control V. I'm going to marquee that again, object group. So it is now grouped again. Put it behind my original, object arrange, send to back. And then I'm going to take this one, send backward, because if I send it all the way to the back, it will be behind this one, which I don't want. So I'm going to try send backward, and it should get me, yeah, good. And then, so this shape, the back body of the t-shirt is now behind the front body of my front t-shirt. Last thing I need to do is to color that gray. So I need to find my swatches, window swatches. And pick one gray and be consistent throughout your technicals. And then you'll want to paste in your identifying information and the crosshair. And that will give you your t-shirt technical.